Good morning, Professor. This is Kara Smith. So, at this point, I woke up and I recorded a beautiful speech, and I had my mom and my dad available and my husband, and I have been waiting for over an hour for the video to upload, and I'm getting nervous. So, since you said I could do it in YouTube, which I have no idea what I'm doing there, I at least want to get my speech recorded onto my laptop. So I'm using my laptop computer now. I unfortunately only have one audience member. I don't have people that can just sit around for endless hours waiting to see if things work out. They have other stuff to do. So I apologize, and you can deduct whatever points you need to, but I only have one audience member this morning for my second video. So there's my audience member. And here we go. When you think of coloring your hair, what is the first thing that comes to mind? For me, it is when I first started coloring my hair in junior high and high school. I used Kool-Aid and Manic Panic. If you aren't familiar with what Manic Panic is, it is a high pigment, bright hair dye that colors the hair bright pink, bright green, bright blues. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was sure having a lot of fun. People color their hair for many different reasons. For some, they want to make their hair bright pink. For others, they just simply want to cover their gray. Today, I'm going to inform you a little bit about hair coloring. I studied cosmetology school for 1,600 hours and endless hours of endless color correction. Cosmetology is the art of beautifying and of the hair, skin, and nails. I have practiced cosmetology and the art of hair coloring for 21 years and have worked with many different people who have also practiced the art of hair. Today, I'm going to first discuss the history of synthetic hair dye. Second, I will explain how to color your hair at home safely. And lastly, I will discuss when it is time to stop, don't color your hair at home, and simply go to the salon. Like myself and for many other people, hair color is a form of self-expression. Before synthetic hair dye was created, henna was first used to dye the hair and the skin. According to Professor N.K. Jain, Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences at Gwar University, in the professor's 2009 review article, The History of Cosmetics, in Egypt, dyes and paints were used to color the skin, body, and hair as early as 10,000 BC. Henna was also the first dye used to color hair. In 1907, a young French chemist created the first synthetic hair dye. His name was Eugene Schuller. According to the L'Oreal website, Eugene registered two names for his new product, black and gold, a logical brand name for the hair colorant, with black representing all of the darker shades of hair and warm representing the lighter shades of hair. In 1909, Eugene actually founded L'Oreal. Now that I've explained some of the history and origin of synthetic hair dye and hair coloring, I'm now going to explain how to safely color your hair at home. When many salons closed due to the pandemic, more people turned to at-home hair coloring, according to a 2020 Consumer Report. This left the hair industry hit hard. In talking to Jara Heron, the 1998 founder of Jara Heron Salon and Day Spa in Brookside, Oklahoma, the number one mistake made at home when coloring hair is going too dark and not understanding how to go light again. When coloring your hair at home, it is important to take the proper steps. First, you should know how important it is to stay within 2 or 3 shades of your current hair color. This color application that I'm discussing is not for blonde color application. It is just for going 2 or 3 shades darker from the color you currently are. As Jara explained, it is difficult when going too dark to have to go light again. Second, you need to section your hair into 4 sections. And think of those 4 sections as 4 ponytails, 2 in the back of your head and 2 on the side of your head. Second, you're going to go ahead and take down that first section of hair, and you're going to do quarter sections and then clip the remaining of the hair back up. When you apply your hair dye, you're not going to apply directly to your roots. You're going to apply from the midsection of your hair to the ends. After you've applied all of the hair dye from the midsections to the ends, you're going to go back in and apply your hair color to just the roots. The reason we do this is because the heat from your head processes the color differently, and we don't want to end up with what they call hot roots. Process your hair for the required 30 to 45 minutes, and then rinse and style your hair as usual. Now that we have discussed how to safely color your hair at home, let's talk about when you should stop, reevaluate, and just go to the salon. Coloring your hair at home is a great way to save money. However, there are times when it's time to stop, reevaluate, and go to the salon. According to Amber Hatfield, manager of Supercuts in Oklahoma City, her number one complaint is having to fix blonde dye jobs that have gone wrong at home. As we discussed before, going darker at home is relatively safe. However, when lightening hair, there are many factors you must take into consideration. The first factor you must consider is the hair virgin hair? Now, virgin hair is when the hair has never been processed with either color or perms or chemically straightening. Now, if the hair is not virgin hair and it has been previously colored, that is the time to stop and go to the salon. Also, if you're wanting to go lighter, if you're wanting to do the highlighted effect, that includes placing individual strands of hair in foil. It's a very intricate process, and again, that's a time to stop and go to the salon. When discussing hair dye with my friend Michelle Ortega, Supercuts area supervisor of Phoenix, Arizona, she states the one piece of advice she would give is actually not going from very blonde to very dark at home. If your hair is very light and you're wanting to go darker, your hair needs to be done what is called filled. If your hair has been previously lightened, it is very hollow. The bleach has broken down all of your hair bonds. So what we would want to do is go in and fill your hair with typically a bright orange hair dye to provide a base. Then we rinse and shampoo that out and apply the darker brown that you are wanting. If you don't do this process with one or two shampoos, your hair will be very faded. Now today I discussed the origin of hair coloring. And then secondly, I discussed how to safely color your hair at home. And finally, I talked about when you should stop, reevaluate, and just go to the salon. In 2021, according to Statista, the U.S. population usage of hair coloring products from 2011 to 2014 projected to 2024. In 2021 alone, 5.14 million people will color their hair at home. Now, coloring your hair at home can be a lot of fun and save you money, but with this statistic in mind, I know there will be a lot of hairstylists making money on color correction. Thank you so much. Now again, I don't think that was my best speech. That is my second speech. I felt like my first speech this morning was on point. I'm going to continue to hope that uploads. I'm not giving up, but I wanted to have this as a backup. Again, I apologize for not having 3 people. I did the best that I could. Thanks so much and have a great day.